Still the only single-engined operational vectored thrust aircraft in the world, although its story started more than 20 years ago. The Russians have done their best to imitate it unsuccessfully, and the Americans, who tried too, have now secured manufacturing rights through a deal between McDonnell Douglas and British Aerospace. The key to its success and the unique versatility of its performance, the swivel nozzles, which enable the pilot to direct the thrust from its Rolls-Royce Pegasus engine, and we're talking of some 21,500 pounds. This is the mark in General Squadron service with the Royal Air Force, the GR3, from the principal Harrier training school, number 233 OCU at RAF Wittering. And the man putting it through its remarkable paces, Flight Lieutenant Bob Marston. Weather conditions by no means ideal for any display flying, let alone at the hover, with a strong wind gusting across the airfield. But of course, the secret of displaying the Harrier is to show the incredible acceleration from 0 airspeed to flying on the wing at 130 knots in seconds, and then on up to 560 knots or so in this display in very few seconds more. Judged by any standards, and as any of its pilots will tell you, flying a Harrier is, quite simply, something else. Conversion unit at Honington, flown by Squadron Leader David Simons, the Chief Weapons Instructor, with Flight Lieutenant Steve Parkinson as navigator. Variable geometry or swing wing, a key factor in the Tornado design, of course, and here Dave Simons has brought the wings forward to the 25-degree low speed angle, which gives the aircraft excellent stability and handling, even in these 3G maneuvers down to as little as 200 knots. Two RB199 three-spool fan engines with reheat, delivering 16,000 pounds of thrust each. Maximum speed Mach 2.2 with the wings swept back to 67 degrees. And the carefully selected squadron pilots of today's RAF are taking to this complex fighting machine like ducks to water. Flight Lieutenant Webb, duck to his friends, of course, from 226 OCU at Lossiemouth, and his display demonstrates the Jaguar characteristics essential to its primary role in low-level air-to-ground attack, strike, and reconnaissance. Inertial navigation and attack system, laser rangefinder for weapon accuracy, laser target seeker for close support, in-flight refueling and head-up display, supersonic at contour following altitude, and designed to provide a stable weapons platform, not to mention a comfortable ride, in the rough air one would expect at less than 300 feet to and from the target area. What's more, Jaguar's small size and shape and camouflage make it very hard to spot at low level, either visually or on radar. It is to counter the mass of Russian armor deployed in Eastern Europe that the RAF has its Jaguar squadrons in West Germany. Two Rolls-Royce Spays, just subsonic, the arrestor hook and wide, rugged undercarriage denote its original carrier deck capability, and although it looks as if it might be a bit of a brute to fly, I'm told this is far from the case. The span of generations. The Buccaneer first flew in 1958 and is still going strong until it will be replaced by Tornado, the Buccaneer. is Manhattan, the fastest cocktail glass in the world, and flying backwards. Well, base first, if you see what I mean. Now the move up into wine glass. And you might well get the impression that they think of nothing but drink. But you notice the 5 leading aircraft in line abreast, a difficult formation to hold accurately, and the Red Arrows are the only team in the world to roll 5 aircraft abreast. Here they go on the wine glass roll. Benevolent Mosquito. All wooden construction about which the pundits simply didn't want to know when it was first built as a private venture at Hatfield. As we all know, the Mosquito, with its 2 Rolls-Royce Merlins, went on to become the original MRCA. Night fighter, unarmed PRU, precision bomber, pathfinder, maritime striker, mine layer, and blockade runner. And this rare survivor of the 7,781 aircraft built. But when it comes to evocative aeroplanes, is there anything in the whole world of aviation to compare to this? City of Lincoln, the last of the Lancasters. As that great designer and engineer himself, Sir George Edwards, said of it, an aircraft designed and built by engineers for heroes to fly. No aircraft more fitting to remind us of the past as 43 years after the Battle of Britain, it flies over RAF St. Athan in salute to the Royal Air Force of the present and the future.